Dear Child is a German series in 8 parts. Um, it begins with a not a young-ish woman, well, probably woman in her 30s, who has been hit by a car, and she and her daughter are collected by Hello Muffin. Uh,
That sounds like a very weird
It
show.
does.
been
This
hit by a car. Hello Muffin.
these people have been hit by a car driven by Hello Muffin. I mean that's a bold name for a bad guy for a film.
So, she's been hit by a car, and an ambulance is called, and she and her daughter are heading off in the ambulance, and the woman is clearly very badly injured, and in quite a bad way, and the daughter is asked what her name is and what her mummy's name is, and she says, "My mummy's name is Lena." And off they head to A&E, and they start and they begin to think that Lena is a woman called Lena who went missing 13 years earlier.
Okay.
And who had disappeared on a night out. And this her family get involved, as does the detective who was part of the original case. And obviously they've been looking for her for 13 years, and the series is all about unpicking, is this Lena? Is who is they, what happened, and trying to get to the bottom of what is clearly very complicated, and then trying to find Lena's son, who hadn't gone with them when Lena had been hit by the car. So there's a large police investigation as they try to get to the bottom of what has clearly it was Lena's kidnapping 13 years earlier.
Yeah.
And what has happened. It is I can't really say anymore without moving into the zone of very serious spoilers.
Yeah.
It was really well done. I watched it dubbed. Whether or not that was the right decision, I don't know, but I powered through all of the episodes in one day. It was that compelling. They weren't long episodes. They must have been 40 minutes, I guess. I say they weren't long. They weren't short episodes either, but it was really compelling viewing.
Yeah.
Wanting to get to the bottom of all of this, understand who all of the people are, their relationships, the damages, that everything, how everything had fallen out from Lena's disappearance all those years ago, who had been in her early 20s, and young and beautiful and vivacious, and studying and going to change the world, and then everything falls apart.
Okay. So Holly, just one more question for you.
Go.
What's a Lena?
Am I allowed to say?
No, you're not.
That
was a test. That was a test.
You find out whether or not it's Lena very, very early in the first episode. So,
oh wow.
So I think it is probably safe to say, as you figure it out within about the first 10 minutes, that
spoilers.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna have to go through that and bleep that out now.
But I think that's
more work.
It's an okay one though, because it's unlikely to be, because you can tell based upon all of the things from the second it starts that this isn't going to be.
Yeah, but I guess the question is then that if that's the case, then what's actually going on?
So who are the people? What actually happened? And what actually happened is the really big question.
It sounds a little bit like a German Unforgotten. If I think Sharon, obviously we know that show because you've watched that, so like it sounds a little bit like that. But how many stars would we give?
Absolutely solid 4.
All
really
right.
It would recommend. I think Sharon would enjoy it.
I'd have to check that one out. That sort of thing. It does sound like it's
it's
my bag.
it's really compelling viewing.
Yeah.
So I'd love to hear what you think about it, because
I like that sort of thing. Yeah, that's definitely sounds like my bag.
yeah, it's
Oh,
it's the twists and turns of it all are really interesting. And keep you guessing right up to the very end. I'd say I didn't see all of the twists and turns at all.
all right. Cool.